Names. Need to get a grip. Anyway, October Red Boxing here with the beautiful ladies. The partnership that is Karriss and Lauren. Welcome back. How are you both?
Yeah, very good, very good. Only 2 days away now. Yeah, weigh-in day tomorrow and then fight day. This week seems to have dragged a bit, to be fair. So being here now, it feels like it speeds it up a bit. It's a bit more real now because obviously you've got this and then the weigh-in and then fight night.
I know you guys aren't a fan of doing the interviews, getting on camera, because you just get bored shitless. I get it, so I'm very, very grateful for you coming on. But Lauren, what I will say, what a performance in France the other day. Congratulations on your win.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. To be fair, I think my jab won me the fight, but yeah, it was good, to get back out and good opponent as well, little step up. So yeah, good to get the 8 rounds under my belt and go again in 6 weeks' time.
You talk about those 8 rounds. When did you go out there and think, I've really got this? Because you started to shell off. Like I said, the way that you were performing, the way that you were coming in after her, quite aggressive on the front foot. When did you know that she just really didn't want it?
To be fair, when I first started off, first round, found her a bit tricky because she was on the back foot and that, but Rob just said, hit the closest thing to you, lead off your shoulder, use your jab, and then I think after like the 4th round and that, I started putting my shots together, and to be fair, I think 6 and 7 were probably my best rounds. Even the last 2 rounds, I started putting my shots together, rolling, so yeah, just breaking it down, and I think each fight, once you're in there for longer rounds, obviously you're learning, and you kind of just see it, I don't know, you see obviously they start to, feel the pace, and then, you can pick your shots, whereas a lot of them, they come in to win, so them first 2 rounds and that, they're going to give everything, and then you can break them down.
And what was it like watching your partner out there in the ring? Because I know you're quite strict, you're like, you will get in there, you will win that fight. What was that like?
Nah, I was nervous prior to the fight. I think it's obviously just because I care for her, do you know what I mean? I just said to her, the key thing for me was when you get in, just have your hands up, don't give any stupid shots away. I know what she can do offensive, and I know how good she is defensive-wise. I train alongside her, I spar her and whatnot, so I know exactly what she's about. But sometimes she just gets a bit lazy with her guard, I suppose, every now and then, in sparring anyway. So I just wanted to remind her, get it into the back of her head, have your hands up in the fight, and then I knew she'll be sound.
We're moving into this fight week. And now it's Karriss's turn. Now it's your turn to get nervous. How do you feel about this fight for Karriss?
Nah, do you know what? I've been sparring her, doing the runs, training along.
Yeah, we've seen the sparring.
It's been sparring me.
Training alongside her, and to be fair, I know everyone says this every camp, but she's probably the fittest she's ever been. And she's sharp, and I'm really looking forward for her to put her show on. Obviously, she's fighting in Manchester, that's her hometown, so to have that support there as well, that's another, she's gonna, as soon as she comes out on that ramp, she's gonna hear the crowd, and that's gonna, I suppose make her perform a little bit better as well. But I know how good she is. Obviously, I'll have nerves, but I'm 100% confident she'll get the job done in style.
How have you both found it then? Because I was talking to you both off camera and there was this buzz around the both of you getting into professional boxing, the hyper boxing, our Olympians, our Team GB girls. You had your fights and then it went a bit flat and then it was like, where are they? What's happening? How did you take that time in between then and obviously you're both getting active now? How do you cope with that from being active and then it gets to a lull?
It's kind of part and parcel of the game, I suppose. Like, you've got to take the highs with the lows and lows with the highs sort of thing. And it's not how I wanted it to go, and I'm sure it's not how Lauren wanted it to go. Like, we've had longer out than what we would have liked from October. So you just kind of got to grit down and get on with the training. I moaned day in, day out pretty much with not having a fight day, but when you're in the gym, you're there, so you just got to crack on with it. There's no point turning up to the gym and training half-heartedly. It's pointless. You may as well just stay in bed. So, yeah, you just got to grit your teeth, get on with it, and it pays off in the end because I've got a fight date now, and like Lauren said, it's the fittest I've ever been, so I'm feeling good.
Lauren?
Yeah, and for me, obviously, I said to you earlier, I would have liked to have got that fight in December, the end of the year, but I had a little niggle, I had to listen to my body. Obviously, we didn't start until June, that was our debut, so we were off into the year anyway, and then obviously the pushback with the Queen passing, boxing in October. So it was just a bit of a weird year, I suppose, for us. But this year now was all about momentum, being busy, both of us looking to get 5 fights in this year and just building on that.
How have you found it then, the transition between the amateurs and the pros then? You've just said 5 fights this year. It's all systems go. How have you found that transition?
It's different. Obviously, the training's a lot harder as well, I believe. I feel like it's ramped up. There's more rounds obviously involved, so it's a bit more, what's the word? Stressful on the body a bit, because obviously you just put in that extra bit more into the gym. So yeah, the training's definitely harder, and then the style for me, obviously, I don't want to slow the tempo down. A lot of people say, yeah, but you're doing 2 minutes, you can calm down a bit. I don't want to calm the tempo down. A lot of people couldn't deal with me in the amateurs, so if I can keep this tempo going in the pros, keep ramping it up as the rounds are going down, just breaking them down, giving them make them lose the will to live sort of thing in the ring, then that's how I'm going to continue to go, like smart pressure and keep front foot pressure. Whereas in the amateurs, it's free freeze. The person opposite you's very fast on the toes, like in and out. A lot of them can be quite long and counter punching sort of thing. So you've got to spend as least time as you can to cut the ring off and trap them if you're a front foot or pressure fighter. And in the pros, I've got a bit more time to do that, so I feel a lot more comfortable in the pros.
Sorry, I've just lost what the question was.
He's just she's bored. Lauren's had enough already.
Fraser walked in and he got sunglasses on, so I was just like looking across. Obviously Karriss just said, as an amateur, it's 3-3s. From that first bell, you've got to win that first round, otherwise, you're chasing the fight. Whereas obviously in the pros and that, as the rounds go on as well, you've got a little bit more time to pick your shot, stay composed. And I suppose it's same sport, different game, as they all say, but training with Rob as well, he's a great guy. He knows the pro game inside out, and we're just we're in there Monday to Friday every week, making training as hard as we can with him behind us, and I'm sure we're gonna make them improvements and just see improvements each fight.
Having Rob as your trainer from amateurs to pro, you've said that he's a very good trainer regardless. He was good in the amateurs, he is good in the pros, we've seen that. How is that relationship developing with you guys? Because like I said, I always get nervous because you see a lot of trainer hopping. You might see somebody lose or not win the way they wanted to, and then they skip trainer, they'll go to somebody else because they'll put it on the trainer why their performance is probably not the best. But how's that relationship with you guys and Rob developing in your pro career?
Top quality. If I was to leave Rob, I wouldn't box. It's as simple as that. I don't think I'll ever box under another coach. I trust Rob 100%. He's got my best interest at heart. He wants me to be as fit as I can when I'm getting in the ring. He wants me to listen when I'm training. If I'm not doing anything right, he'll tell me I'm not doing it right. He's not a yes man. He's not gonna make me feel good about myself if I'm not doing great. Him alongside the other coaches that I work alongside up at GB, so Lee Pullen, Gary Hale, Dave Alloway. I forgot his surname then, that's why I was hesitating a bit. But yeah, that's alongside them. I'm around. I've got the best team I could possibly want. And it's only a small team. There's about 5 of us. There's myself, Lauren, and about 3 coaches, and that's all I'd ever want. I don't want any more. I don't need any more. That's all I need.
Do you share the same sentiments, Lauren?
Yeah, 100%. That was the biggest thing for me. Obviously, after coming back from Tokyo, for me, GB is like a family. I've been up there for about 6 years now. It's people who I trust, and in this game, that's what you need. And Rob, he's a great guy. He wants, we know he got our best interests at heart, and like Karriss said, with the training, he done pussyfoot around or nothing. He tells you how it is, and that's what we need. It's great. And like I said, with the GB coaches as well, we've worked for them for years, and I think that's the biggest thing in pro boxing. You need people who care about you and who you can trust.
That caring and that honesty. Sorry.
No, I was just about to say, Rob's been there and done it as well. Do you know what I mean? He's been a pro himself. It's not like we're just sticking around amateur coaches, and because I've heard a few people say yeah, but that's amateurs, pros different. You need to change your team and that, and I completely disagree with that. Majority of them have been there and done it. Lee Pullen's been there and done it. They know what they're talking about. Richie Woodall's up there, so they all know what they're talking about. And everything Rob says, you sit and you think about it, and it completely makes sense. He doesn't overcomplicate things. He wants you to get the basics right, and he's not all about offense. He wants your defense to be perfect, because that's more important in the pro game, I think.
And I also got to say, he doesn't like the camera as well. A lot of these, prefer being in front of the camera than the boxers. So that's nice. He's behind the scenes, and he's not one for these. Getting out there and take that. Yeah, exactly.
We talk about 5 fights. Lauren has said 5 fights. Karriss, how many fights for you this year? And both of you, career progression. What's next? Because in your division, in the female division in boxing, you can move up and down weight. You can go for world titles earlier. What can we expect from the pair of you this year?
I think I want at least 4. I'm going to try and squeeze 5 in. Just obviously, it just depends on how I'm coming out of each fight. Like, hopefully, touch wood, no niggles or anything. So if I'm coming out fit and healthy, I want to get another fight in as quick as I can, really. Like, I want momentum behind me. It's when you'll see me perform best. And then in regards to like where I'm going, I just want step-ups each fight. Every fight I'm having, I want a little step up, because that will mould me into the fighter I need to be when it comes for my title shot. When I've got to fight a top quality fighter at the top of the game, I'll be ready for that, because I've had all my tests and experience under my belt for when I get there.
Yeah, and pretty much what Karriss said, really. But for me, like I said, the biggest thing is momentum this year, building on fight by fight, making them little improvements. And when, them titles come, whether it's a European title, Commonwealth title, world title, I'm sure, we'll be ready at the right time. And that's obviously with Rob behind us as well. We just listen to him and guide us in the right way.
Just something quickly that's popped into my head. Obviously, with all the amateur fights that you've had, are there any females that either have turned pro or maybe you're going to be turning pro soon that you'd like to share the ring with? I'm going to put that to you first, Lauren, if you can think of anyone off the top of your head. Like that would be a good fight, good on the eye, good entertainment for us.
I don't know what to say. For me, I don't know. Everyone just keeps saying, 4 years' time, I'll be selling out the Principality in Cardiff against Crucial Shields, but that's not me calling it out, But that's what we want to see in women's boxing, big stadium fights. So I don't know. Who knows?
For me, I suppose down the line, Amanda Serrano's got the belts now at my weight, so that's obviously what I'm chipping away at to get to. There's obviously names out there that people talk about. People would like to see me v Skye Nicolson again. So if she's got something I want, that'll happen down the line. There's a few more that my weight category, obviously. Raven Chapman, she was up at Team GB with me. Down the line, that could be a good fight as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, both the experience, both been on GB, so that'd bring a good crowd, I think, as well.
We love it, ladies. I've taken up a lot of your time. I love speaking to you, pair. All the best. I will see you on Saturday, and it's May the 6th in my town, Birmingham. Can't wait to see you at October Red Boxing with the lovely Karriss and Lauren. Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.